Hello, everyone. Welcome to our one-on-one with Packers Super Bowl champion, former fullback John Kuhn. John, you're down on the sidelines. When did you see the Packers be like, all right, we have a chance, scored 18 unanswered to win the game against the Saints?
Well, I think it was when they kicked that first field goal in the fourth quarter. Everything letting them down throughout the day, even the first drive in the fourth quarter that ended with a failed fourth down conversion. When they kicked that field goal, you just opened the floodgates, and the Packers did it one play at a time, exactly the way you're coached by your coaches in the NFL to do it. And they had enough time on the clock and enough defensive performance to get them the ball back with enough time on the clock. So great all-around team performance in the fourth.
Some people say momentum's not real. I think it proved to be pretty real on Sunday.
Yeah, and you could feel it in the stadium with each score, with each drive, with each play that got made by the Green Bay Packers. The stadium got louder. The players played harder. The players looked like they had more energy, more emotion going forward. So the momentum definitely shifted there in the fourth. Jordan
Love's first ever game at Lambeau, first ever start at Lambeau as QB1. What did you like about how he played?
Well, he was unflappable. Not a lot of things going right for Jordan in this football game for the first three quarters. A lot of penalties, some dropped balls, his first interception this year. So a lot of reasons that he could have put his head in the sand and said, woe is me, but he didn't do that. He scrambled around. He made plays with his legs and his arm, and then he brought the team back for a victory. This is going to be one that not just Jordan Love's going to remember forever, but a lot of people are going to remember this one forever.
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur said one of the greatest, jobs of the locker room to stay together. What have you seen from a young team that's allowed them to do that?
This team is young, but this team doesn't care that they're young. This team wants to go out there and play every single week, and they have been doing just that, going out there, making plays. And when you're young, you don't have anything to be afraid of because you haven't failed yet in the NFL. This team is fearless, and this team fights.
Unfortunately for this team, they have a lot of injuries right now. They had 5 starters out for that game against the Saints. When does it get to real concern for you, in your opinion?
Well, the NFL is 100% injury rate. Every player that plays gets injured at some point in time. You hate to see all these injuries at one time, but if the Packers can weather the storm, get a couple players back for Thursday, hopefully keep your fingers crossed, get a win here. Now they have 10 days off. Those 10 days, they'll get a lot of players back, and they can regroup going into the middle of the season.
A tough, quick turnaround to Detroit Thursday night. What is the hardest part about making that really fast turn?
Well, it's your body. You got to heal your body. In a general work week, it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday before you feel good enough just to run on a football field. Thursday night, they're going to be hitting, and they're going to be hitting a very physical team, so they got to get their bodies recovered a little bit quicker than normal this week.
Obviously, last year the Lions swept the Packers, knocked them out of the playoffs in Week 18. Is that something on their minds this year, or is it just, hey, this is this Detroit Lions team, we're both 2-1 in the North?
I think the team that was here last year, some of the players, a Jair Alexander, a Preston Smith, a Kenny Clark, yes. But we got a lot of young guys. Jordan Love didn't even play against the Lions last year. This is a team that wants to prove their own identity. They're worried about how they perform on a football field. I don't think they're going to think about last year much.
For more one-on-ones, make sure to subscribe to our WLUK YouTube channel. For John Kuhn, I'm Ryan Wayne.